King Henry VIII, freshly rid of the sensible Anne of Cleves, was instantly captivated. Catherine was everything the king demanded: lively, compliant, and unwilling to challenge the royal will. Her flattery was the perfect balm to his royal dispositions. Ah, irony! The bride gains a crown, and I lose my head. Superb timing, truly. The man who had built the king's court, navigated treacheries, and engineered marriages, now felt the crushing weight of enemies. Every policy he passed, every rival he subdued, now counted for nothing against the king's shifting whims. Months of scheming, maneuvering, and alliances, and yet the king finds a new bride, and I am the one to fall. Delightful symmetry. He knew the charges were inevitable. Cromwell's rivals, long suppressed, now saw their chance. A lifetime of service, policy, and alliance counted for absolutely nothing against the unpredictable tides of Henry's desire. Perhaps a fitting end. I die knowing I shaped England, even if it refuses to acknowledge it. The wedding day dawned, a day of glorious, deafening contrast. The court was dazzled by Catherine's perfect, polite posture and youthful glow. No one dared comment on the brutal political theatre playing out just miles away. I pray the head sits firmer on her shoulders than mine does today. It would be a shame to waste such a perfectly compliant neck. The wedding bells drowned out the carpenter's final hammer blows on Tower Hill. This was Tudor England, a place where the silk of a bride's gown brushed against the sawdust of a statesman's end. So it ends, my life, my influence, measured against a bride's smile. History will judge, though perhaps with a sense of grim humor. While Henry marveled at his new queen, Cromwell was led to the executioner's block. Cheers rang out for the bride. Cries of finality echoed for the minister. Power is fleeting. Loyalty is a myth. But I do believe, in the end, I taught them all a lesson in punctuality. He reflected on his victories, the laws he shaped, and the influence he held. And yet one day's irony, the marriage of the king he served to a naive bride, rendered it all moot. Catherine Howard, young and charming, met the king with bows and smiles. She had no guide, no seasoned hand to teach her the rules. And yet she did what she could: flattery, compliance, and grace. The king, captivated by her charm, hardly noticed the fate of his long-serving minister. Cromwell's enemies would have to wait no longer. While Henry marveled at his new bride, Cromwell ascended the steps of the scaffold. Cheers rang for the queen. Cries of finality echoed for the minister. One life ends, another begins. Henry gains a bride. The court gains spectacle. I gain a lesson in timing. Cromwell, walking toward his inevitable end, reflected on his victories. He shaped the world, only to have his life ended by the king's simple desire for a fresh, new face. He died knowing he had profoundly shaped England, even if history would remember him with a block rather than a book in his hand. Tell history. I served Henry well. I merely missed the part of the contract that stipulated heads must roll to make way for the new carpet. Catherine Howard began her reign. Untested but obedient, Thomas Cromwell, master of law and kingmaker, faced history's harshest judgment. On the same day, a vivid portrait of Tudor extremes, where fortune, ambition, and royal whim could decide a man's fate in moments. If you appreciate uncovering the brutal truths and stunning ironies of history, please like this video and subscribe to Thronebound Histories for more deep dives into the kings and queens who ruled their world and sometimes lost their heads.